My name is Jennifer Lentz, and this is my narrated presentation of my leadership artifact. I chose to hold a kids wellness fair at the Roost CrossFit in Puyallup, Washington last April from 12:30 in the afternoon to 2:30 in the afternoon. I think right now is a great opportunity for me to give you some background information as to how my Kids Wellness Fair ties into the rest of my research foci and my other artifacts for my portfolio. So with that, I'm going to read this to you. With overweight and obesity rates rising across the country, the significance of educating our children in an engaging way to promote information retention regarding a healthy lifestyle is imperative. Programs and opportunities to teach and lead today's youth to make healthy lifestyle choices is paramount for their success and the future success of our nation's military. According to the Department of Defense, currently 31% of young adults ages 17 to 24 cannot enlist because they are overweight. Only 29% of young adults aged 17 to 24 are actually eligible to serve in the military. The United States Army reports that in 2016, 17.3% of all U.S. Army soldiers are obese, and 52.9% of all soldiers are overweight, which results in more than 70% of all U.S. Army soldiers to be above normal weight. The Kids Wellness Fair, discussed in this executive summary, is an outstanding example of how to engage children while promoting healthy lifestyle choices and increasing physical activity. Children were provided information and learning opportunities from a nutritional consultant, a fitness instructor, dental associates, a chiropractor, a police officer, a detective, and a firefighter during the Kids Wellness Fair held at the Roost CrossFit Gym in Puyallup, Washington. Attendees of the event were given real-life examples by the police officer, firefighter, and detective of why exercise and healthy lifestyle choices are so important. The police officer, detective, and firefighter allowed fair attendees to pick up and even wear equipment and personally evaluate the amount of strength and fitness required to perform their jobs well. The greatest impact we can have on lowering overweight and obesity rates, and in turn strengthen the future of our armed forces, is by leading and educating today's youth. By empowering them with honest, evidence-based information, we can direct them to a healthy lifestyle for years to come. So I chose to create a service event for the children of the members of the Roost CrossFit Gym located in Puyallup, Washington. At the time of the fair, children had been forced to leave classrooms, discontinue sports, and avoid contact with their extended families, friends, and peers. I wanted to provide a wellness fair for the kids of the Roost CrossFit members so that they could experience an exciting, informative, educational, and fun event. I wanted to create a wellness opportunity to get the kids out of the house, learn something new, talk to healthcare professionals and heroes, and socialize with other children and play. Our purpose was clearly a community involvement opportunity. Because of the pandemic, I limited the event to just children of members of the gym. That way our bubble was still kind of our bubble. We weren't bringing in regular people or other civilians from the public or the outside community outside of the gym. So the pandemic definitely played a role in our um, goals for numbers. So our goals, I wanted to have a minimum of 5 volunteers. I was able to have 7. I wanted 20 kids in attendance, and we achieved that. And then I wanted them to learn something new. And we did that through a scavenger hunt where each child was given a small little card, and it had all of the 6 stations that they would go to. And once they were able to either say back or answer a question or um, do the workout, once they were able to show that they learned something or took something away from what their presenter gave to them, then they put a little check mark on their scavenger hunt card for that area of the fair, and then they brought that scavenger hunt card back up to me, and I then had a basket of non-food goodies because we were promoting wellness here, so we did not encourage sugar and candy. Um, but they could pick, from a number of different toys, and glow stick toys seem to be the biggest hit. So if you're ever doing this, I recommend glow sticks. They went fast. So from a leadership perspective, I focused on getting the wheels moving. I created a Facebook group. I created a Facebook event within the group page of the Roost CrossFit. So again, this was a private group, and it was just for members of the gym. Then there is my little scavenger hunt list, and I was responsible for bringing in our team members, and then also creating the event once we had finalized our date and time, um, and volunteers. And then I put that out to the gym so the gym members could attend. And then from there, everything really that I delivered to my team was in a coaching and democratic leadership style. Coaching more so before the event, democratic a little bit more so during the event. Here is a picture of my team minus Kyle. Kyle was our firefighter, but he was not pictured. So from left to right is not the order of the names that are on there, but from left to right is actually Tyson, then Casland, then Sergeant Jeremy Hedrick, then JT, which was our detective, then me, purple, and then Rinda, and then behind Rinda, you can kind of see half his face, that's TJ, and he is the owner of the gym. So TJ was our exercise expert, and he put together a workout in the form of an obstacle course for the kids. He had a conversation with them about why we work out and how important it is. This was also reiterated with the police officer and the detective and the firefighter because they brought in gear and like barricades, and Kyle brought in an air pack, and all of those things have weight to them. So the kids were able to see that they needed to have some strength to be able to pick these things up, let alone climb the stairs of a building or run after someone. So they were able to kind of put some real life perspective on why these individuals in their professions stay fit and how important it is. So he ended up doing an exercise demonstration. He ran through the obstacle course, and then all the kids got to do it, and they did it so many times. They kept going through and through and through. He definitely had like a little like go over the trench kind of thing with the ropes there, and the kids loved it. So it was a lot of fun for them. Here, this was a husband and wife couple, and they were on the same table here, but Tyson is a chiropractor, and he had some backpacks, and he had some of the kids bring in backpacks. He also brought an an adjusting table, and then he also discussed tech neck with them, which is something that typically happens from kids playing too much video games, which also kind of leads to more sedentary behavior. So we were really trying to tie in how this all mattered and how it would help us be active and stay healthy and keep our body in the right position. And then Caslin brought in some nutrition information. So she talked about sugar, specifically like Gatorade, how it has 55 grams of sugar, and the kids were so super shocked that it had that much sugar in it. She discussed how to read labels on products with them, and then she brought in some options for healthy choices. So she brought in some cheese sticks and some fruit, and all of the food that she had brought in that was healthy options were demolished. The kids just ate everything. They loved it. And then they both each had questions that they asked the kids, and then the kids would be able to check off their scorecard, um, saying that they had learned what had been presented to them. Here, this is Sergeant Jeremy Hedrick. He brought in his squad car, which of course is always a big hit, right? Lights are going off in the parking lot. He brought all of his police gear. He brought a bunch of police swag. There were little foldable police hats that the kids could wear. There was a little like police hat squeeze dress ball thing that he brought in. he had a lot of good stuff for the kids, and the kids had a good time picking his gear and feeling how heavy it was. And he really drove home the fact that he needed to be fit, um, and not unhealthy, so that he could do his job well and protect people. Then Detective Jet Tillman, JT, he had a whole trunk of stuff in his undercover vehicle. It's his, police car. It's actually a rental, surprisingly enough. But it's full of police gear, and he can't detain anyone in it. He can, arrive to places and completely suit up. And then he has all of his SWAT gear in the back to do that and to help him. But both of them really helped the kids understand how important it is to stay healthy, to stay active, to exercise, and to really make good, healthy lifestyle choices so that they take care of their body. For here, this was Rinda, and she brought an assistant with her. Rinda used to own a dental clinic and then actually recently sold it, but is still a principal player there. I don't want to say principal owner, but a principal of the company. So Rinda went all out. I mean, she must have done this so many times before because she was so prepared. She had everything that the kids could have ever imagined. She had activity books, she had toothbrushes, toothpaste, floss. She had pamphlets for parents. She had information for kids. And then you can see her little whiteboard over there. Her question was, how many times should you brush your teeth a day? And the answer was twice. So the kids got a lot of swag from Rinda, and then also got to check off their little scavenger card for me at the end when they were done with Rinda. Then lastly, this is Kyle. Kyle asked to not be photographed, at least not his face, um, for the presentation. He had gotten a little bit of negative pushback, saying that it was probably not in his best interest to attend the event. But another captain who works in his department was at the gym and was actually going to do the event for us. And he ended up having to be at the fire station that day, so he couldn't. So Kyle stepped in, and the other gentleman who was going to do it before, um, Derek was his name. Derek knew all the ins and outs of where to go to get stuff, who to talk to get swag, which air pack he could borrow, and Derek assured him that he was fine in doing this and that nothing was going to happen. But Kyle just wanted to keep his face covered for professional reasons, which I respected, and left his head out of the picture. So that was deliberate. I didn't just have a moment and chop his head off. So Kyle, through Derek, was able to bring in so much stuff. So they've had like 911 penguins, little squeezeball penguins. They had little firefighter hat pens. They had firefighter hats. They had coloring books. They had swag. They had pamphlets. They had fire chief stickers. Then Kyle was actually able to bring in the air pack and an extra uniform, so the kids could try on the uniform, and the coat alone, I think, weighed somewhere between like 20 and 30 pounds, or it was really heavy. So I know my oldest, who was 11 at the time, tried it on, and you could tell that he was under some weight when he was in it. But he brought in a ton of stuff and really tried to, um, again, focus on why he has to stay active for his job, how heavy his equipment is, how well he has to be able to move it, how it's important to make, good, healthy lifestyle choices. And the kids just loved all the stuff that Kyle had to bring with them. I think the air pack that he brought, I think that was 40 pounds. So that was really heavy for the kids. Only the bigger kids could pick that up. So, in conclusion, this is a bigger picture of the kids all working out. They had some farmers carries at the end. So they picked up kettlebells, and every kid had a different size kettlebell depending upon their age and their strength. My little guy, well, one of my guys, is in the yellow there in the center, flexing oh so well. I'm not sure where he learned that from. But, they all had a really, really great time, learned a lot. Did the obstacle course so many times, and then at the end of it, they were able to take home all of this information and hopefully make better choices, or even with their parents there, the parents can then help them make those choices. Information is so important, and education and information is what helps people to learn how to make right choices, right? It helps people understand what their options are and what direction they should go in once they have the right information to help them lead them to those conclusions. So our kids' wellness fair was a success. We definitely were driving home how important it is to eat well, to stay active, to make good, healthy lifestyle choices. It all really ties back to these kids are the pipeline of future soldiers, and more than that, future military personnel. This is the future of where the Army or the Navy, the Marines. This is where they're looking, and with climbing obesity rates and so many children that are overweight, it really is unfortunate that all we are seeing are those numbers climb as opposed to decline. So I hope that this fair was an opportunity for those kids to learn something and make better choices so that they would live a more active, healthy lifestyle from here on out. Thank you so much for your time and attention.